viewers, we are starting with the topic of differential equations, and already we have learned linear differential equations, we have learned simple equations, we have learned linear equation in two variables, simultaneous equation and their solution. Same thing we are going to study in differential equation. Topics for today: introduction to differential equation, order and degree of the differential equation, linear and non-linear differential equation, formation of differential equations, solution of differential equation by variable separable method, solution of homogeneous differential equation, solution of linear differential equation, application of differential equations. So exactly what is differential equation? So differential equation is a equation which contains dependent variable, independent variable and differential coefficients of dependent variable with respect to independent variable. If your dependent variable is y, independent variable is x, and differential coefficient means it should contain this type of terms. Okay. So such kind of equation which contains all these is nothing but your differential equation. Okay. For example, dy by dx plus sin x equals to 0. This is our differential equation. Or d2y dx2 plus dy by dx plus xy equals to 0. This is also a differential equation. Now comes order and degree of a differential equation. What do you mean by order and degree of a differential equation? So order of the differential equation is the order of the highest order of the derivative, right? So what do you mean by order of the highest order of derivative? Say for example, I have a differential equation d2y dx2 plus dy by dx plus sin x equals to 0, right? In this case, the order of the highest order of derivative is 2. So it means the order of this differential equation is, say for example, I have this kind of differential equation. So here my highest order of the derivative is 3. So order of this differential equation is 3. If we are talking about the degree of the differential equation, means it is the degree of the highest order of the derivative, right? So here the highest order of the derivative is 2 and the degree will be, what is the degree here? 1. So degree here is 1. If we check out in this equation, the highest order of the derivative is 3 and its degree is 3. So here in this equation, degree becomes 3. Say for example, you have, so in this case, your order is 2, so degree is 1. So we have to always check the degree of the highest order of the derivative. Doesn't mean here is 3, so the degree will become 3. We always have to check the degree of the highest order derivative. Is that clear? Now, in some of the cases, order is defined but degree is not defined. So let us check the cases where the order is defined but the degree is not defined. So say for example, I have d2y dx2 plus sin dy by dx equals to 0. Now in certain cases here the order of the differential equation is 2 but degree is not defined. Whenever such kind of case appears in which your trigonometric function has the differential coefficient, in that case the degree won't be defined. Or in this case also the degree is not defined. Here the order is 1 but degree is not defined. Okay. In this case also the degree is not defined. Now let us check what do you mean by linear and non-linear differential equation. So a differential equation is a linear differential equation when it can be expressed in the form where your P0, P1 and Pn can be constant or it can be function of independent variable, right? So say for example, we have dy by dx plus sin x equals to 0. So this is your linear differential equation. It can be of the form, this is also linear differential equation, right? Now, if you have a differential equation of the kind Now this is not a linear differential equation, right? So basically what we can say, if the degree of the differential equation is 1, right, then it is linear. If the degree of the differential equation is more than 1, it is non-linear, right? There are certain more criteria where the differential equation cannot be linear, right? So what are those criteria? One is that the degree of your dependent variable should not be more than 1. The product of the dependent variable and its differential coefficient should also not be there. Just say for example, if I am talking about y into dy by dx plus d2y dx2 equals to 0. Such kind of equation is also a non-linear differential equation. We have a product of a dependent variable and its differential coefficient, right? Or if we have a equation like this, x square plus y square dx minus 2xy dy equals to 0. This is also a non-linear differential equation. This one, right? We have the we have here y square terms, and also we have a multiplication of the dependent variable and its differential coefficient. Is that clear? So such kind of equations are non-linear differential equations. So let us check this question. So we have d2y upon dx2 plus dy by dx whole square minus 6y is equal to log x, right? So highest derivative coefficient is this thing, right? So order of the differential equation is 2. Degree we have to find. So let us check the exponent of the highest order derivative. It is 1. So degree is 1. And this is non-linear, right? Why? Because here is power 2. Is that clear? So this is the way we find out the order, degree, and check whether the given equation is linear or non-linear. Now let us go to the topic of formation of the differential equations. Okay, so if any equation of the curve is given, how we can form the differential equation. So now the formation of differential equation, it is based upon the arbitrary constant present in the equation of the curve. Say for example, I have y square equals to 4ax, right? So a is my arbitrary constant. What do you mean by arbitrary constant? If we give different values to the arbitrary constant, we get different members of the family. Say for example, if I give a as 1, I will get y square is equal to 4x. A as 2, y square is equal to 8x. A equals to minus 1, so y square is equal to minus 4x, right? So giving different values to the arbitrary constant, I get different members of the family. So if in a differential equation you have arbitrary constant, you will differentiate one time and try to remove that arbitrary constant using that number of equations. If you have two arbitrary constants, you will differentiate 2 times and remove those 2 arbitrary constants. So let us take 1 or 2 examples and get the understanding how to form the differential equations. So say for example, I have an equation of a parabola and I know I have one arbitrary constant here, a, right? So it means I have to differentiate this given equation one time only. So 2y dy by dx equals to 4a. Now I have to remove this 4a using these two equations, right? So what I will do, I'll substitute the value of 4a in this equation. Okay? So this is my required differential equation for y square is equal to 4ax, right? So if we have a equation with n arbitrary constant, it means we have to differentiate that curve equation n times and then remove all the arbitrary constant and get the differential equation. So now let us take this question. Form the differential equation corresponding to y square is equal to a, b minus x, b plus x by eliminating parameters a and b. So we have two arbitrary constant. It means we will differentiate 2 times and we will get a differential equation of order 2, right? So the equation of the curve is y square is equal to a, b minus x, b plus x, right? So I can rewrite this equation as a b square minus x square, right? Now let us differentiate dy by dx equals to a minus 2x, right? I can cancel this out. So y dy by dx equals to minus ax, correct? Now again we will differentiate it. So we will use here product rule. So y d2y dx2 plus Now I'll differentiate this, so I'll get dy by dx into dy by dx I have copied as it is equals to minus a. So I have got the value of minus a over here. I will substitute this value of minus a here. So y dy by dx equals to x. Let us substitute the value here of minus a. Y d2y dx2, okay, plus dy by dx whole square, right? So this is the required differential equation for this curve. Okay, so what is the order here? 2. Now let us take one more question. Find the differential equation of all circles touching x-axis at origin, right? So let us first find out the equation of a circle which is touching at the origin. So this is the circle which is touching origin. Say for example, this is the center, so it will become 0 comma a, right? And the radius will be a, correct? Similarly, I can have another circle, right? Another circle, correct? Their center will be somewhere here, right? So I can write the equation of the circle as x minus 0 whole square plus y minus a whole square is equal to a square, right? Now if you solve it, you are getting x square plus y square plus a square minus 2ay equals to a square, correct? In this equation, I have only one parameter, that is a. So it means I have to differentiate one time, remove that parameter and get a differential equation of order 1. If you are differentiating one time, it means the differential equation what we will get will be of one order. So let us differentiate. Now let us find out the value of a from here. Divide by 2. So I am getting x plus dy by dx equals to a dy by dx, right? Now let us substitute this value in this equation, okay? So basically I have x square plus y square minus 2y. Let us substitute the value of a. So I am getting here x plus y dy by dx upon dy by dx equals to 0. I have to find the value of a, right? So this dy by dx will go down. So basically I am getting here x square plus y square dy by dx minus 2yx minus 2y square dy by dx equals to 0, correct? So what I am getting here? I am getting here x square minus y square dy by dx equals to 2yx. That's all. So now let us learn how we can solve the differential equation. So guys, there are three ways of solving the differential equation. First is variable separable, second is homogeneous, and third is linear differential equation. Now first of all, let us discuss how to solve variable separable. So now when we can use this variable separable method, when the differential equation can be put in the form of fy dy equals to gx dx, and we can integrate both the sides and we will get the solution of the required differential equation. So let us check few examples to understand how this method is applicable. So let us take this question. Now we can arrange our terms in this way, right? So dy upon y equals to 2x cube upon x minus 1 dx, right? So now it has become of the form fy dy equals to gx dx, right? So I can integrate both the sides, and this is nothing but my variable separable way of solving the differential equation. So it will become log y. And how this can be solved? I told you whenever the degree of numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, we have to first divide, right? So let us divide it. Right, I am getting here x square plus x plus 1 plus 1 upon x minus 1 dx, right? So it is nothing but q plus r by d. Now let us solve it. So this is x cube by 3 plus x square by 2 plus x plus log x minus 1 plus c. Done. Right? Let us take this question. Again, we can take the y terms with dy and x terms with dx. So y 2 log y plus 1 dy equals to ex sine square x plus sine 2x dx. Integrate both the sides. Here we can use UV rule, and if you remember, this is of the kind integration ex fx plus f dash x dx, and our solution used to be ex fx, right? Here in this case fx is sine square x, right? And if you find f dash x, what you will get? 2 sine x cos x, which is nothing but sine 2x, right? So fx f dash x. So what will be the solution? Ex fx. So I am directly writing it ex sine square x plus c. This side I'll use UV rule. What is UV rule? This will become my u and this will become v according to I late we are checking, right? So let us use it. So log y into y square by 2 minus y square by 2 into 1 upon y dy, and this will become y square by 2 equals to ex sine square x plus c. Now again we'll solve it. This y and y can get cancelled. You will get again y square by 2 plus y square by 2 equals to ex sine square x plus c. Okay, we can collect the terms. So what I am getting? Y square log y minus y square by 2 plus y square by 2 equals to ex sine square x plus c. This is the required solution of my differential equation. So guys, see this question. Dy by dx is equal to 1 plus x plus y square plus xy square when y is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. So such type of questions are known as initial value problem, right? You have been provided by some condition like this. So what we will do, we will solve our differential equation, and to find the value of the constant, we will substitute these things. So dy by dx equals to 1 plus x. Okay, we can take out y square common from here, and now I can write it as, right? So dy upon 1 plus y square equals to 1 plus x dx. Integrate. This is tan inverse y and this is x plus x square by 2 plus c. Now what condition given to us is when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. So let us substitute here. So this implies me c is equal to 0, right? Now if I substitute c is equal to 0 in this equation, what I am getting? I am getting tan inverse y equals to x plus x square by 2. Or in some books you can see the solution like this also, y is equal to tan x plus x square by 2. Both ways are correct. Okay, let us check this question. In a bank, principal increases at the rate of R% per year. Find the value of R if rupees 100 double itself in 10 years, and we have been provided log base C2 is equal to 0.6931, right? So now it is given to us bank principal increases at the rate, means if we take principal be P at any time, then we have been provided dP by dt equals to, it is increasing at the rate of, at this rate it is increasing, right? R% of P. Now let us use variable separable to solve it. Integrate log C. I can write, when I am removing log, I can write this as, okay, and P is equal to CER by 100T, right? Now, initially we have rupees 100, right? So when T is equal to 0, P was 100. Using this, I can find out the value of C. So C becomes 100. So it means this part reduces to P equals to 100 ER by 100 into T. Now next it is given, find the value of R if rupees 100 double itself, right? So double itself means P will become 200 here, 100 e to the power R by 100. And what is given next? itself in 10 years. So the value of t is given 10. So let us solve this part. So 2 is equal to e r by 10. Let us take log both the sides. So I am getting r by 10 is equal to log base e2. Already we have been provided this value. So r by 10 is equal to 0.6931. So r is equal to 6.931%. Is that clear? Now let us move to homogeneous differential equations. Okay? Before understanding homogeneous differential equation, we should understand what is homogeneous function. So a function fx comma y is a homogeneous function of degree n if f lambda x lambda y equals to lambda to the power n f x comma y, right? So this kind of function will be a homogeneous function. Let us check it. Say for example, I have x comma y equals to x square minus 3xy plus y square. Now I have to check whether it is a homogeneous function or not. So what I will do, I'll replace x and y by lambda x and lambda y. So lambda x, so it will become lambda square x square minus 3 lambda square xy plus lambda square y square, right? So now here if we check, take out lambda square common. So basically what I am getting here, lambda square f x comma y, right? So look here, this and this part. So this is my homogeneous function in degree 2, right? So whenever we have such kind of function, it becomes a homogeneous function. Now let us understand what is homogeneous differential equation. So basically homogeneous differential equation is nothing but a first order and first degree differential equation which is expressible in the form dy by dx equals to f x comma y upon g x comma y, right? Where my f x comma y and g x comma y are homogeneous function of same degree. Is that clear? Then such kind of differential equation will be my homogeneous differential equation, right? Say for example, I have my function here as, we can check whether these are homogeneous or not. Let us check it out. So pay attention here. So f x comma y is x square minus xy. So which is nothing but, so it becomes a homogeneous function, right? Similarly, I can check for gxy, it will be again a homogeneous function. So whenever we can express my first order, first degree differential equation in such a form that f and g both are homogeneous function, in that case, the given differential equation becomes a homogeneous differential equation. Now let us check how to solve these kinds of differential equations. So now let us take this example, x square dy plus y, x plus y dx equals to 0. So we'll first write in the form of dy by dx, right? So if you check, it is a homogeneous differential equation. So for homogeneous differential equation, there is a particular method how to solve it. So what we do, we take y equals to vx, okay? Now differentiate. So dy by dx equals to, we will use the product rule over here, okay? So first of all, I am keeping v as it is. Differentiate x, so it will become 1 plus, write x as it is, and we have to differentiate v, so it will become dv upon dx. We will substitute the value of dy by dx and y in this, okay? So what it becomes? It becomes v plus x dv by dx, right? So dy by dx has been replaced by this, and wherever y is there, I have to replace it by vx. Right? Now, okay, so what I am getting, dv by dx equals to minus v square minus 2v. Now we can use variable separable form here, okay? So now, So what I have done, I have taken out minus sign common over here and I have shifted v terms with dv and x terms with dx. Now we'll integrate both the sides. This can be done either by using partial fraction or making it a perfect square. So basically I am using here perfect square form. So now the formula is 1 upon 2a. Instead of a, I have 1 over here. So log v plus 1 minus 1 upon v plus 1 plus 1 equals to minus log x plus log c, right? So 1 upon 2 log v upon v plus 2 equals to log c by x. I have used the property of log, right? Take to that side. So log v upon v plus 2 equals to 2 log c upon x, right? So it can be written as now v upon v plus 2 is equal to c upon x square, correct? Now let us substitute the value of v from here. So I will get the value of v as y by x. Substitute y by x over here. So y by x upon y by x plus 2 equals to c by x square. So now if I solve it, what I am getting? Y upon y plus 2x equals to c upon x square. Or I can write this as x square y is equal to c into y plus 2x. Done. So now let us take this question, y e raised to the power x upon y dx is equal to x e raised to the power x upon y plus y dy by dx. See guys, we can solve it using dy by dx also, but it will become easier if we solve it with the form of dx upon dy. Okay, so let us check it out. So let us first check whether it is a homogeneous equation or not. Okay, so this is my function. So what I am getting basically lambda to the power 0 f x comma y upon g x comma y, right? So this means it is a homogeneous equation. I told you that my f and g should be of the same degree, right? So this is my homogeneous equation. So in this case, I will take x is equal to vy. You can solve using y is equal to vx also, but the solution will become easier if you take x is equal to vy. Same product rule will use. Let us substitute here. See, x upon y can directly be replaced by v. Okay. Okay, now shift this v to that side. Okay, we can further solve it. Now we will use variable separable. So it will become ev dv is equal to dy upon y. Integrate both the sides. So ev equals to log y plus c. Substitute the value of v. So what is the value of v over here? It is x by y. Substitute here. Done. Now let us take this question, x sine square y by x minus y whole dx plus x dy equals to 0. So first of all, we'll write in the form of dy by dx. Okay, guys, always remember whenever you have been given any equation, first write dy by dx equals to, and then you decide which type of differential equation, whether it is variable separable, homogeneous or linear. So let us check this out. So now I can write x sine square y by x minus y dx equals to minus x dy. Right? So now dy by dx equals to x sine square y by x minus y upon minus x. Right? I can rewrite this as, this is my homogeneous equation. So what I am going to take? I'll take y is equal to Vx. Guys, one simple trick I am telling you. Whenever we have in the angle y by x, it's better you take y is equal to Vx. If had it been the case, I had sine square x upon y. In that case, you take y, x is equal to Vy. The solution of the question becomes very easy. Now let us take this question. So dy by dx equals to v plus x dv by dx. Let us substitute this part. So v plus x dv by dx. Now dy by dx I have replaced with this value and y will be replaced with vx. So now I can write this as x dv by dx equals to v minus sine square v minus v. This gets cancelled. I can rewrite this. So dv upon sine square v equals to minus dx upon x. Integration. So it will become cosec square v dv equals to minus dx upon x. Integrate both the sides. So I am getting here minus cot v equals to minus log x plus c. I can remove minus sign. So cot v equals to log x plus c1. Cot, substitute the value of v, y by x equals to log x plus c1. Now in this question we have been given one condition, right? What is that condition? That when x is equal to 1, y is pi by 4. So basically this is a initial value problem. So let us substitute y is equal to pi by 4 and x equals to 1 in the above equation. So I am getting cot pi by 4 by 1, same thing, log 1 plus c1. Log 1 will become 0 and cot pi by 4 is 1. So c1 is 1. Let us substitute this value over here. So cot y by x equals to log x plus 1. This is the required answer. Linear differential equation. So what does that mean? If the dependent variable y and its derivative means dy by dx, both exist in first degree, then such kind of differential equation is nothing but a linear differential equation. So let us take the general form of the differential equation. Dy by dx plus py equals to q. So you can check here the derivative of the dependent variable and the dependent variable itself, they both are in the first degree, right? P and q are the functions of x. Okay, so say for example we have an equation like this, dy by dx plus x square y equals to x cube. This is one differential equation, linear differential equation, or you can say dy by dx plus y upon x equals to x cube. This is another linear differential equation. Okay, now let us check how to solve linear differential equations. There is a peculiar method. We have to multiply the differential equation by some factor. What is that factor? Integrating factor. How to find out integrating factor? Now we'll learn. So let us take this question now. Dy by dx plus y upon x is equal to x cube, right? So let us first compare it with the general form. So p equals to here 1 by x and q equals to x cube. Now I told you earlier we have to multiply these differential equation by one factor. What is that factor? That is integrating factor. Okay. And how we calculate integrating factor? It is e raised to the power integration p dx. E 1 by x dx. E integration of 1 by x is log x. So it becomes equals to x. Right. Now how to write the solution of these type of differential equation? You will write y into integrating factor equals to integration q into integrating factor dx plus c. Okay, so substitute y into x equals to q is x cube into x dx plus c. Right? So we can write yx is equal to x5 upon 5 plus c. So this is the required answer for such kind of differential equation. Okay. So let us take this question. X log x dy by dx plus y is equal to log x. So what we are going to do, we will first divide throughout by x log x, right? We will convert it into linear differential equation form. So what I am getting here, dy by dx plus y upon x log x equals to 1 by x. Now we will write the general form of it. So what is my p over here? 1 upon x log x, and q is 1 by x. Let us calculate the integrating factor. It is always e p dx, right? E 1 upon x log x dx. In this case, I will take log x as t. 1 upon x dx is equal to dt, right? So I can write integration 1 upon t dt. So now this will become e log t, right? And this can be written as t. And what is my t? T is log x. So this is nothing but my integrating factor. Now how we write the solution of this? Y into integrating factor is equal to integration q into integrating factor dx plus c. Let us substitute it. So y into log x equals to integration 1 by x into log x dx plus c. So y into log x. So let log x is equal to u, 1 upon x dx is equal to du. So here it will become u du plus c. So y log x equals to u square by 2 plus c y. This is the required solution. Okay. So whenever you have any term along with dy by dx, divide by it throughout and then solve the differential equation. So guys, sometimes what happens, we have a linear differential equation in the form of a dependent variable as x. Okay. So how the form looks like? Dx upon dy plus rx is equal to s, right? Where r and s are the functions of y. Here y is your independent variable and x is your dependent variable. Okay, so how to solve? Let us take one or two examples of this kind also. So now let us take this question, x minus sin y dy plus tan y dx, right? We will first write in the form of dx upon dy, right? So this is cos y. Okay. Now if we compare with the general equation, dx upon dy plus rx is equal to s. So r is 1 upon tan y, which is nothing but equal to cot y I can write, and s is cos y, right? Now let us find out the integrating factor. So integrating factor in this case will be e integration r dy. Okay, so it is e integration cot y dy, e log sin y, right, which is nothing but equal to sin y. Okay, so now the solution of this differential equation is x into integrating factor is equal to integration s into integrating factor dy plus c, right? So x into sin y equals to integration, value of s is cos y, sin y dy plus c. So x sin y equals to, I can multiply here by 1 by 2. So this will become sin 2y dy plus c. X sin y equals to 1 by 2. This will become minus cos 2y upon 2 plus c. Okay. So x sin y equals to minus 1 by 4 cos 2y plus c. This is the required answer for your given differential equation, right? So guys, you should know when to use dy by dx form and when to use dx upon dy by form. Please try to judge when you have x as a dependent variable and when you have y as a dependent variable. Okay. So now let us take this question, 1 plus y square dx is equal to tan inverse y minus x dy, and we have been given the condition when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Such problems are initial value problems. So let us first solve this equation. So let us write in the form of general differential equation, right? Okay. Now let us compare with the general form. So what is the general form? Dx upon dy Rx is equal to S. So this implies R is equal to 1 upon 1 plus y square, and S is tan inverse y upon 1 plus y square. Now we will find the integrating factor. So what is that? E integration R dy. Substitute the value of R. Okay. So we are getting E tan inverse y. Now let us write the solution of the differential equation. So what is the solution of the differential equation? X into integrating factor equals to S into integrating factor dy plus C. Okay, so our integrating factor is this. So X into E tan inverse y equals to integration. Value of S is this part. So E tan inverse y into tan inverse y upon 1 plus y square dy plus C. Right? Now let us assume tan inverse y equals to t. So 1 by 1 plus y square dy is equal to dt, right? Substitute. Now e t and dy upon this part becomes dt, and this is t, right? UV rule will use. So UV rule, this will become u, this will become v, right? So t we will write as it is et minus 1 et dt plus c, right? Okay. Now let us substitute the value of t. So now we have at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So let us substitute in this equation. So we have 0 into e tan inverse 0 equals to tan inverse 0 minus 1 e tan inverse 0 plus c, right? So this becomes 0, tan inverse 0 is again 0, minus 1 e to the power tan inverse 0 means e to the power 0 plus c. So this implies me c equals to 1, right? Now let us substitute this 1 and get the solution to the given differential equation. So this is the required solution to this given differential equation. Okay. Now let us check the application of the differential equation in various problems of science and engineering. So now let us check the application part of the differential equation, and this question is from growth and decay. So it is given, suppose the growth of a population is proportional to the number present. If the population of a colony doubles in 25 days, in how many days will the population become triple, right? So let us assume, let P0 be the initial population and present population is P, right? Now it is given that the growth of population is proportional to the number present. So I can write dP upon dt is proportional to P, right? Or this can be written as lambda P, proportionality constant, right? Integrate both the sides. Initially at t is equal to 0, what was my population? P0, right? So substitute here. So C I got as log P0, right? Substitute here this part. So what I will get? Log P equals to lambda T plus log P0, right? Now this can be written as log P upon P0 equals to lambda. Now it is given in 25 days the population double itself. It means P equals to twice of P0 at t equals to 25, right? Let us substitute this part. So log 2P0 upon P0 equals to lambda into 25, correct? So with this I'll get the value of lambda. So log 2 equals to 25 lambda. This implies lambda equals to 1 by 25 of log 2. Let us substitute this part here. So what my equation becomes? It becomes log P0 equals to 1 by 25 log 2 into t, right? Now it is given to us that we have to find when the population will become triple, right? It means let t1 be the time taken for p equals to 3p0 because we want to make it triple, right? Now let us substitute this part here, okay? So we will get equals to 1 by 25 log 2 into t1. We have to find the value of t1, right? So t1 is nothing but equal to 25 log 3 upon log 2. So in this duration, the population will become 3 times. So let us now check how differential equation is used in the coordinate questions. So now it is given the slope of the tangent to a curve at any point is reciprocal of twice the ordinate of that point. The curve passes through 4, 3. Formulate the differential equation and hence find the equation of the curve, right? So slope of a tangent is nothing but dy by dx, right? Let px comma y be any point on the curve. So now it is given that the slope of a tangent is equal to the reciprocal of twice of ordinate, right? Now let us solve this. Integrate both the sides. Y square equals to x plus c. Now this curve passes through 4, 3. So let us substitute. So required equation of the curve is y square is equal to x plus 5. So the question is, a radioactive substance disintegrates at the rate proportional to the amount of substance present. If 50% of the given amount disintegrates in 1600 years, what percentage of the substance disintegrated? 10 years, right? So let us assume, let A be the amount present at t time, right? And A0 be the initial amount of substance. Now it is given a radioactive substance disintegrates at the rate proportional to the amount of the substance present, right? So it means I can write dA by dt proportional to A, correct? And this can be written as dA by dt equals to minus lambda A. Why I have substituted minus? Because it is disintegrating, means with the increase in time it is reducing, okay? So that's why minus. So dA upon A equals to minus lambda dt. Integrate both the sides. Initially when t is equal to 0, A is equal to A0, right? So with this I can find out the value of C. So now this implies me log A equals to minus lambda t plus log A0. Using the property of log, I can write this as log A upon A0 equals to minus lambda t. Okay. Now next it is given if the 50% of the given amount disintegrates in 1600 years, right? So when t equals to 1600 years, right? 50% has been disintegrated, means the remaining amount will be, A will become A0 by 2. So this can be written as A upon A0 equals to 1 by 2. Now let us substitute this part. So log 1 by 2 equals minus lambda into 1600. Or I can write minus log 2 is equal to minus lambda into 1600. So this implies lambda is equal to 1 by 1600 log. So now let us substitute the value of lambda in this equation. Here I will substitute. Okay, so it will become log A by A0 equals to minus 1 by 1600 log 2 into t. Now I want to find the substance disintegration in 10 years. So let us substitute t is equal to 10 years over here. So log A by A0 equals to minus 1 by 1600 log 2 into 10. This gets cancelled and I can write this as A by A0 equals to e to the power minus 1 by 60 log 2, right? And its value has been provided to us as 0.9957. So A is equal to 0.9957 A0. So this much amount is present after your integration in 10 years. Okay. So how much is disintegrated? So from original I have to subtract this part. So A0 minus 0.9957 A0. Right. So what it will be equal to? It will be equal to 0.0043 A0. Right. So percentage disintegration in 10 years equals to, that is the amount, right? 0.0043 A0. Original was A0 into 100. So basically it comes out to be 0.43%. This much amount will disintegrate in 10 years. Is that clear? Today we learned introduction to differential equation, order and degree of the differential equation, linear and non-linear differential equation, formation of differential equations, solution of differential equation by variable separable method, solution of homogeneous differential equation, solution of linear differential equation, application of differential equations. So that's all for the topic today. Stay tuned.